morning and blessings. I'm Pastor Vaughn, and here's the news for Sunday, May 24th. Public Health Madison and Dane County announced May 22nd that their safer-at-home order expires this Tuesday at 8 a.m. However, Harvest Church will not hold in-person services right away. Dane County is reopening in phases, with Phase 1 beginning this Tuesday. Harvest Church could reopen during Phase 1, but like other establishments in Dane County, we would be limited to 25% capacity. That means we could have 20 people in the building at one time. We will not conduct multiple services on Sundays while we are still searching for a new senior pastor. The church board and pastoral staff met last week and agreed that we will not reopen until Dane County enters Phase 2, when authorized capacity expands to 50%. For us, that means we can have up to 40 people in our building at one time. The earliest Dane County can begin Phase 2 is June 9th, which means the earliest we could hold a Sunday service is June 14th. But it will most likely be more than 14 days before Dane County begins Phase 2 based on the epidemiology, healthcare, and public health goals it has established. It's important to remember that when we do reopen, there will be some changes. The most recent CDC guidelines will be in place. We ask that if you're sick or have been in contact with somebody diagnosed with COVID-19, please stay home. Clean your hands frequently. Avoid hugs and shaking hands. Physical distancing will continue for people who do not live together. We will ask you to wear a cloth face covering, and we will have disposable masks on hand for you to wear if you don't have one. We will also install touchless soap and hand sanitizer dispensers. As you can imagine, these are in high demand, and it will take some time to get and install these items. We will not be offering water, coffee, or snacks when we reopen, but you are welcome to bring your own to church. Obviously, in the meantime, we will continue to offer our online services, and Pastor Kent and myself are still here if you need to talk with a pastor. Speaking of Pastor Kent and me, we will be part of a parade later today. The parade, officially known as the Clergy Caravan of Care, is an ecumenical event. That means churches from different denominations are involved. The motor parade begins at 1 p.m. at Christian Faith Moravian Community in DeForest, and we go north and south and east and west for about 75 minutes throughout DeForest and Windsor. If we pass through your neighborhood, say hello. Today I want to encourage you to think about the 9th commandment. Wait, which one is the 9th commandment again? That's right. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. So, this issue was important enough to make God's top 10 list of things not to do. Unfortunately, we do this all the time and often without understanding that we're doing it. I've even done it. How? Today, mostly by social media. We'll see posts or videos that accuse somebody of something rotten. It could be about the president, it could be about the governor, or any politician. It could be about a public servant, or a celebrity, or just anybody. And these claims can be pretty convincing, even if you had never heard these accusations before just now. They can include all sorts of authentic-looking information or believable voices making these claims. But when you come across these kinds of things on the internet, the question is not whether you can believe it. The question is whether you can prove it. Do you know that what is being said about that person is true? Remember that a witness is typically someone who shares information about what they saw, heard, or experienced. If you don't have personal knowledge about what is being said about that individual, then you shouldn't share what someone else is saying about them, because it might just be a lie, a false testimony. As Christians, our witness, our testimony, is about our experience with Jesus. But if we share false information about people we don't know, why would anyone believe us when we share true information about Jesus who we claim to know? So I encourage you to remember the 9th commandment when you come across stories being spread about someone else. And that's all for this week's edition of Harvest News. From the Reaching, Teaching, Caring, and Sharing News Desk, this is Pastor Vaughn inviting you to join us on the journey to becoming the church Jesus wants us to be. Pastor Dean Anderson is next.